Hello everyone, this is my submission for the fall 2021 Chainlink Hackathon. For my project, I created an ENS auto registry. The idea behind the project was to give users the ability to auto-renew their ENS domains. Basically, I joined the starter track because I have very little experience with smart contract development, and I just wanted to dive in and see what I could learn. I guess that, like I said before, the inspiration was to explore the Chainlink products and the ENS protocol. What I was able to create was the code in the repository has the ability to check the availability of ENS domain names. And I found out a way how to do this to be with smart contracts and using a simple script I put together with Ethers.js. How I built it, I used the hard hat framework and the documentation from Chainlink, ENS, and Ethers.js. And I also used my own Ethereum node to query the blockchain. The main challenge I ran into when putting this project together was that the ENS testnet contracts and the Chainlink Keeper smart contracts were not deployed on any common test network. And I was trying to do this project with test-driven development practices, so that was kind of a main blocker, and it didn't allow me to go forward to actually use it and register it to the Chainlink Keepers because I didn't want to spend the money to deploy onto mainnet. The accomplishments that I'm proud of are I'm proud of learning how to read deployed smart contracts in my own contract. I was able to read the ENS registry and basically query that state to see whether or not ENS names were available. And in general, just learning more about the Ethereum developer ecosystem. I appreciated the workshops that were put together. I learned how to do basic hard hat testing, how to read from a deployed contract in my own contract, and using Ethers.js, how to use Chainlink, the VRF function. I learned about oracles and how the Chainlink keepers work on a high level. And finally, I also learned how the ENS protocol works on a high level. Because this project was a bit more of an exploratory project, I don't really have plans to continue. But yeah, so I'll just kind of dive into the code and show you what I built. Basically, it's not actually here in the source, I have a very basic script that connects to my local Ethereum node. It goes to the ETH registrar controller contract that's deployed on mainnet, creates an Ethers.js contract instance of it, and the simple function allows you to check for the ENS domain, set it, and then check the availability. And it'll just simply print out whether or not it's available. I also accomplished this using smart contracts, and I'll go over here now. Basically, I learned more about the Keepers contract, and I learned about the interface that you need to use to make it Keeper compatible. I learned about the check upkeep function and the perform upkeep. That's how the Chainlink Keepers operate. But in my own contract that I wrote, I was able to check the availability as well by importing the base register address and reading from it directly by feeding it the label. I ended up just doing this in Remix just to experiment with it, and I was able to figure out whether or not the ENS domain was available. Yeah, and I used Hardhat to put together this project, and I learned more about the scripts and testing, and I look forward to learning more. While this project wasn't complete, I still wanted to submit it to just for y'all to take a look over, and hopefully I'll build something better in the future. Thank you for your time.